Wait. Was this the final mission? Oh, this is like episode. Well, it's chapter 1. I think they're gonna make more episodes. Perhaps they have. I don't know, to be honest. Well, this was very interesting, actually. Short? I really hope there's more, because wow. Truer words were never spoken, though. He's only a terrorist if you win, damn globalist scum. But I don't know. We'll see if her curiosity will carry on their dirty work. So, this is credits. I mean, personally, for me as a player, I don't pay much attention to these credits. Perhaps, you know, who made some music, or voice actors, or perhaps the game developer themselves. But this is a good place to simply check out who made the game and etc. And especially if you're interested in hiring people. I mean, I guess these are good talents that have worked on this game. Now, I must say, assuming this is the final mission I can play, or at least for now, this game was way too short. I hope for more maps. We had like one map on each country, and I thought most of them were quite interesting. Though I think the fear from the last game, it had some negative critique that it was, you know, too linear. It was too one-sided, you know. It was like in the older games you had big maps and you could walk around and attack from different angles. In this game they tried really to, you know, make the maps huge, you know, and since we went from, you know, different place to another, there was a lot of different, how to say, looks on the map. They were unique, every one of them. That's a very positive thing, I must say. Though I must say it was very negative that it was too much English. I was, you know, hoping to be, you know, in Japan. If you're in Japan, you want to hear a lot of Japanese. I mean, sure, you're in a hotel, they should speak English to you, but amongst themselves, you know. When I was in the kitchen, for example, then they should have been like, 子供室は野方おかますか? You know, Japanese. Not that I know any. Like in, you know, Snake, it really set a high standard for me. That when you're international, you should be prepared for international, not like the core of English. It even adds some charm to it if it's like a different language, and I'd say it probably is very fun for someone who knows the language to be like, I know what they actually say, or just add some subtitle. Because I'm guessing this 47 is multilinguistic. That's usually a trait that assassins and spies have. And overall, the gameplay, I felt it was quite fluent. Of course, I felt a bit handicapped when switching weapons, and, you know, to do that thing fast when I got noticed and react quick to situations. But this isn't about being an action hero. It's more about being tactical and adaptive to situations. And well, how to say, it's sort of a realistic thing. I mean, if you'd get noticed, it's not like you press mouse 2 and pull up your gun and be like pang. Well, technically, if it's in your muscle reflexes to pull a gun, then you do it as fast as clicking the button or pressing the button. You're not clicking buttons. You're ow, my leg, my knee, now I can say I used to be an adventurer like you, but then I crashed my foot onto the table. I'm sitting very strangely on the chair, so my knee fell to the table. Was no really music that took me away, except for scary radios that scare me of copyright, because I'm scared of copyright. It's scary stuff, and all of a sudden you might have your video up, next day it might be gone, or it's muted or something, and if it's muted it's as good as dead, because I don't think the sound on YouTube can be restored after it has been muted. So it's a sad thing, even if the policy would change from the music. And hopefully I can upload this gameplay I have recorded, but that's the risk I guess you have to take when recording games, because I don't know any place where you can check stuff like that out, like if you can play Mario 64 without getting copyright, which I think you would get. So if you have an idea, I'd be happy to know. And of course, if you have any idea of some other game for me to play, then I'd be also happy to know. And I'm also happy to say that if this game would just have more maps, which I hope, because I mean the story was just picking up its pace, right? Then it will be incredible, because so far I love the game. And I must say, even though people were critical to the last game, there were multiple ways to get out of the situations. I liked the last game a lot, actually. Perhaps it was the actual fact that it had multiple parts or something like that, because usually the maps had like 2 or 3 parts. And basically, if it was in this game's format, it could be just one big long map or something like that. Though I must say it was a bit negative that they did not notice blood. I mean, sure, some people could be like, whatever, probably some guy who puked if it was in some alleyway or something. But if they are like, patrolling 2 guards, then all of a sudden his friend is gone, and he checks the place he's usually at, and there's a blood spot there, then it should be a bit suspicious, right? But, yeah. Perhaps it's like that on a higher difficulty. I remember last game's higher difficulty settings. I used to just set it on the hardest, because it would add more guards, and then try to just pick people up, as many as possible, until it would be no one left on the map. I found it hilarious to just go around and kill people like crazy. Actually, I tried to be a bit crazy, like jittering and making noises and making up stories because it would make me feel more justified killing these people. Because I do feel bad, even though it's fictional and in a game. So I mean, I could kill these people 1,000 times and they would still be there next time I play the game. But, conscience and stuff. And I hope this music doesn't give me copyright. Many people worked on this game. I'm just gonna go on like this because I think it's fair that if I play their game, then I should show off who made the game, because they want the fame, right? So yeah, here I go, giving them fame, and at the same time analyzing the game and giving them some of my experiences if they ever watch my videos, but that doesn't seem possible because most of my videos have like less than 10 views, and I think most of them are like me, you know, checking the video if it's full quality, then updating it, another view, then it's like, yeah, it works, and checking it through a bit, and then I'm like, it's good. And sometimes doing that could give you a few views, and I think I got one person usually watching my videos, and more, I don't know, sometimes someone else is watching and, you know, leaving a oh, oh, my name is in the credits. Anyways, it would be appreciated if you had any ideas, and yes, show support overall, because the main idea for me is to, well, practice my English skills so they don't die out, because why would I need them in my normal life, right? I don't speak English too much. And also to entertain people, or attempt to, and show off games, because I think games can actually be quite educational and inspirational. I mean, I started to learn Russia because I played Civilization, and there I found a character named Ivan the Terrible, or a great general, so to say, and that inspired me to, you know, study Russian history and his history as well. And well, sooner or later I was all over Russian, and I can speak it like in a basic fashion. So if I were in Russia and would need directions, I could ask for directions, and you know, basic stuff. I'm not fluent like I am in English, and my native language, of course, Swedish, would be shameful not to be, but well, I mean, if you have problems with your brain, you know, don't be ashamed, because, well, it's nothing to be proud of either, but be realistic. Come on. Not gonna be political correct like these brainwashing globalist scum. I recorded a video of it today. Felt quite good about it. Quite, not perfect, because I got off track all the time as I was speaking about globalism. You know, I think we're going into a second run here, right? I mean, we have seen these. Yeah, we have seen this. It should just go to the main menu. Come on, Edios. I know you can do better. This is a Edios game, right? And about this mission, I think it was a pretty interesting one. A bit difficult at first, you know, figure out where to go. And I mean, you could be braver than me and hit fire alarms, but you know, I tried to complete it on the first try. In, you know, not, you know, compromise on myself and restart, and, you know, learn everything to make it tailor it into a perfect game plan. So that's probably why I'm a bit more careful usually. But on Colorado I messed up for a 4.5 hour the recording was, so it was a bit painful, but never mind. I explained there why it went so badly. Free. That's not that bad, right? It's pretty sad that you don't have the names anymore. Like, if you had 5, you know, the best, not that I think it was any rating like that, but it was in name and score, then it would say Silent Assassin and stuff like that, Shadow. Perhaps they grew up and decided, no, these names are just ridiculous. Let's just have scores and markings. So I got 3 markings. I think this is the 47 logo. It's from the clone level. I'm not sure actually what it depicts. I just recognize it and it's cool. Well, let's exit to the main menu and see if there's any more missions. This is gonna be interesting to see if there's actually any more missions. No, there's no missions. Crap. It ended so abruptly, like I mentioned. Well, at least I have a damn few maps. It's really few maps. Well made, but too few, actually, to make up for a game, I'd say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I think, actually, if I started earlier, I have even fewer missions, because they have, like, released them in a very slow pace, from what I understood when I read what people said about the game. Burp. Featured. I want more story missions, you know. I don't do the multiplayer stuff. Anyways, if you are like, I've done everything you can do in single player and I want to keep playing the game, I think what this game also offers is that you could play like multiplayer challenges. You remember it said when I started missions that you can kill this guy with anything, any weapon and any clothes. These challenges can challenge you, like have a squirrel suit and kill him with a coconut or something like that. And perhaps do like not get noticed and stuff like that. I think from the last game at least, you set the challenge by completing it yourself in a way. Then you hope that no one else would complete it, because, well, I think you got more score. I'm not sure actually now. I could just be a dogmatic making stuff up, but in theory it should be like you get more score if you make a harder challenge that less people that try would actually be able to complete. And also it will be set to that difficulty you tried in. At least I think so. The dogmatic man is on the loose. Alright. Let's see here. Yeah, on contracts. The contracts mode is the multiplayer. Career, here you can probably find some interesting statistics on every map. And I think it's like normal map and some hardcore map or something, I don't know. I think you have to master the map to be able to get those more difficult missions. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what the game has to offer. I mean, if you play around with the game more, I mean, you can kill them in different ways and, you know, try to go all out there aggressive and, you know, play around, because there's huge maps, lots of secret places, and lots of contraptions to set loose and have fun with, and deceptions. Anyways, thanks for watching, and let's hope they'll add some more maps for me to play.